Hello viewers, today we're going to be taking a look at a Dell computer screen. This is a pretty wide model. I'm going to guess it's like a 24-inch perhaps. Let's see here. It's a 23-inch computer screen. Not sure if it's 16 by 9 or if it's a little bit wider. I guess it probably is 16 by 9. I think this is a more recent model. Probably one that was sold within the last, maybe the last decade. It's pretty lightweight. Take a look at the model number here. The model number is P2311Hb, made in China. 1.2 amps. That's a lot more power than I was expecting it to take. Oh, there's the date code. May 2010. So I was just about right, about a decade old. These are pretty basic screens. They just have, as far as inputs go, they have a VGA and a DVI. It's got the USB port for the ports on the side. And it has the Soundbar Power. It can take a soundbar. And it has regular AC input. Got a metal weight thing on the bottom, or I guess that's not a weight, that's the stand itself. These are pretty good screens. I don't think they were quite as good as the earlier ones, but they were still decent. This is, I think, the next one I'm going to use in the bedroom, because the screens in the bedroom, unfortunately, are having a significant failure at this point, and they need to be replaced, like tonight or tomorrow. One of the things I liked about these mounts, the mounts on these screens, is that you could turn them verticam. And depending on the use case, I find that very practical. You know, if you're looking at an email, particularly one with a lot of replies to it, or if you're looking at an instant messages chat, or reading a document or writing a document, I tend to prefer the vertical format. Even looking at websites, there's a lot of websites that I think are better with the vertical format. Videos, of course, should be the horizontal, but people don't seem to understand that, and they keep recording these stupid verticam videos. Anyways, we're not going to test the DVI tonight because I'm not concerned about it. This computer has VGA, so we'll test the VGA. The bedroom computer has VGA, so that's what I'd be using with it. So let's go ahead and plug this stuff in here. And the only thing I didn't like about these stands is that if you turn it sideways, or if you've got to pick it up like this, which most people probably would do, the thing will fling upwards. Granted, that does provide a nice experience if you're sitting at the desk and you want to move it up or down. It goes up and down with almost the identical amount of force, so that's pretty good, but it's a nuisance if you're moving the stuff around. Alright, let's get this VGA cord connected. No, I'm not going to screw it in, and no, it's not going to be an issue. Let's plug this thing in and see. Most of these had a self-testing feature, so let's see if this one has that as well. Okay, looks like it started up okay. It's got to be cleaned, it's very dirty. And there's our self-test. We've got the colors, which may or may not be showing up correctly on the camera. Oh, it's not too bad. The green is a lot more brilliant in person. Looks pretty clear. So that's fine. Let's switch it over to VGA. Okay, and then I'll go on my computer here and extend the screen. Okay, so the computer is now set to... Oh, for heaven's sakes. And there's an error on this computer. Oh, there's a surprise. No projector detected. Oh, I wonder why. Okay, let's try that again. I'll plug it in this time. Okay, it's plugged in now. And there we go. The resolution is not correct. I think it's detecting the native resolution of the computer screen. So what we'll do is we will just go to the second screen only. Okay, let's keep these settings. It's very blurry. Very, very blurry. Let's see if this needs to do an auto adjust. In fact, first off, let's just go ahead and reset everything. Okay, there's the auto adjust. And that did clear it up. It's clear now. Very sharp. I'm not a big fan of 1080p monitors because the problem with these high resolution screens is that the text gets really small. And if you're looking at pictures and videos exclusively, then it doesn't really matter. But in this case, it's the text is really small for my preference. Now you can go in here and you can change this to larger and then it would be okay. But sometimes this stuff starts getting a little weird. It looks, you know, disproportionate when you do that. So I tend to prefer not to do that. See, now it's big enough for my preference, but certain programs are going to look weird. So, I was hoping this was not a 1080p screen. I was hoping it was like maybe a 1600 by 900 or something. Well, that's not a 16 by 9 ratio, but something like that. Like a 1600, not a 1920. Okay, now I'm having second thoughts about using this in the bedroom. Well, I think I'm going to put it in there for now just because the screen in there needs to be replaced. But I don't think it's going to stay there. Well, for what it's worth, the coloring looks pretty good. The text is sharp. It's a bit small, but that's not a fault of the equipment. That's simply by design. Seems like a perfectly good screen.